My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Thanks for tuning into our podcast. We love having you here, and it's our mission to bring you all the latest and greatest tips, skills, and know-how to make you the best that you can be. We know that you have it in you, and we're going to show you how. Now, let's get started.
This episode is powered by Poddex.
Thank you for tuning in today. You are now listening to That Will Never Work podcast with your host, Maurice Chisholm.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in today. I appreciate everything that y'all have been doing in reference to supporting the channel, supporting where we're going, and helping this vision come to pass. It has been a true journey, and hopefully that all the information we've been able to give to you on this channel, you have taken and been able to implement. And so one of those things that I would like to be with you today is honest and transparent. I know we had talked about that in a previous episode in my Building a Brand series, if you will, right? And I guess this is maybe part 2 of that episode. So, in being honest and transparent, sometimes it's not the easiest thing to do. For myself, I have been doing this business thing for the last 10 years, and I thought I was doing pretty well. I thought I was moving along, things like that. I was moving at a pace so that I can not be burnt out, if you will, and at the same time be the best parent that I could and the best husband that I could, because I wanted to make sure that I was going to be here for the long term and not have anything weird happen, if you will. So as I've done some very, very, very serious and intentional self-evaluations, I have come across that maybe I have not put forth 110% of my effort into becoming the best individual, number one, and number two, the best entrepreneur I can. I have a lot of things going on. A lot of you know that I have a clothing brand, the Positive Energy T-shirt shop, positivenrgshop.com. I also have the Entrepreneur Impact Network, which, for those of you who know, I had a summit a year and a half ago, and I plan on doing one again this fall. And so you can follow that on entrepreneurimpactnetwork.com. I call it EIN for short, of course. Cute, right? And, along with the T-shirt store, I have a sneaker out, positivenrgshoes.com. And I have these 3 podcasts: That Will Never Work, the No Fruit Podcast, the Neighbors Podcast. And all those I felt like it stemmed from Chisholm Group LLC, where I do small business consulting. And I thought one piece would filter to the next. They help each other. But in some ways, have I taken on way too many things and not built a true brand, if you will? And so this is what I mean by being honest. So, you can be, in building a brand, a lot of times we talk about being honest and transparent to our clients, to our customers, to those that see us outside, being able to say, hey, we can or cannot do this project. We can or cannot help you. We need to find the information, whether it's outside or internally, that we can deliver one way or the other. Now, the reality is, can we deliver upon our own expectations of ourselves? Have we been able to do that? And so part of this evaluation has come up because I have a client that I am working with. And as we are evaluating where the company is at this particular time, are people put in the right places? Are people executing on their strengths and developing their weaknesses, if you will? So I think what's happening is also made me evaluate who I am and what I've been doing. And I may not have been firing on all cylinders recently. And I don't know if it's been pandemic related. I don't know if it's been concentrating so heavily on my children as they transition into adulthood, as they transition, been transitioning into college. We've had some struggles through this time, but my eldest child, she'll be, hopefully this time next year, she will have had her college degree. That's the path that she's on. I mean, she's very close. She can smell it, if you will. And I take a time to look at those milestones. But are we being honest to what our goals are? Sometimes we're so consumed with the outside that we have yet to audit the inside. And one of those episodes earlier also, called the personal social media audit, where we're asking you to take advantage of the opportunities of auditing your social media to make sure that your brand and how people are viewing you has you in the correct light, and that you're not sending out mixed messages, if you will. Again, being honest and transparent. So I think at this time, as you are listening, I'm hoping that you can take the opportunity to sit down and evaluate yourself in a real honest and transparent way. Are you reaching your goals, and why aren't you reaching your goals? And what does that mean, and what does that take? Without having to lose yourself in the process. I have taken that time to do that for myself. I've been actually auditing myself for the last 2 years, trying to feel which way things need to go and how I need to feel, how I need to maneuver, how I need to think, how I need to evaluate, how I need to take in criticism along with giving it out, and not being super, super critical on any one particular situation to the point of where it stops me in my tracks. I hope that some of you can relate to that. There are some times when we think we're being honest with ourselves, and we look at the man in the mirror and we are not happy with who that individual is. And sometimes it can stop us in our tracks. So today I'm just asking that even in your vulnerability, there's still going to be strength. There's still going to be motivation. There's still going to be opportunities for you to move forward and become even better and stronger and more prepared for what's coming your way. we have to think positive about these situations. And we only can be in those places with being honest and transparent. Now, some people feel like honesty is being rude, if you will. And everyone cannot take that. Everyone can't. And it turns people off. And then when they are confronted with a situation where someone says, hey, you know what? I don't want to be bothered with this. They don't know how to deal with that. And they're like, well, I'm just being real. Well, there is room for that in some places, and then there is not. So today, please be honest with yourself. Be transparent with yourself. Take a self-evaluation, a self-audit, and say, hey, when you do your SWOT analysis, your strengths and weaknesses, and I want to concentrate on that part first, as you're doing that, are you really understanding what your strengths and weaknesses are, and how are you going to transform those into even bigger strengths? And you can turn your weaknesses into strengths as long as you are honest with yourself. Because some people might say, hey, you know what? My customer service or me wanting to go above and beyond and caring so much about these individuals is a weakness. Actually, it's not a weakness. It's just that you have not been strong enough in how to handle those individuals when you feel like you're being overlooked or taken advantage of. I thank y'all very much for listening to me today, and for hopefully my honesty will help and motivate you to move forward. Thank you.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
Okay, round 2. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.